The next morning, I found myself smiling before I even reached the university gates. I shook my head at myself. Get a grip, Liana. It wasn't like anything had changed overnight. Ryan and I had simply exchanged phone numbers. That was all, right? As I walked through the campus, the familiar buzz of students filled the air. Some hurried towards their lectures, while others stood chatting beneath the trees, coffee in hand. Just as I reached the entrance to the arts building, my phone vibrated. Ryan again. He texted me to turn around. I frowned. Turn around? Curious, I slowly looked over my shoulder. There he was, standing a few meters away with a coffee cup in each hand and the biggest grin on his face. I couldn't stop myself from laughing. Seriously, I called out as I walked towards him. What? He asked innocently. You texted me even though I was practically standing in front of you? I wanted to make sure you actually checked my messages. I rolled my eyes. And? You do. He held one of the cups towards me. I bought you a coffee. I looked at him in surprise. You didn't have to. I know. I accepted it with a smile. Thank you. Welcome. We started walking towards our lecture hall together. You know, Ryan said, taking a sip of his coffee. I was wondering if you'd pretend not to know me today. I laughed. Why would I do that? I don't know. Maybe yesterday was just your daily act of kindness? So you thought I'd walk past you? He shrugged dramatically. I had to prepare myself for the possibility. I gently nudged his shoulder. You're unbelievable. So I've been told. I smiled, shaking my head. For someone who had looked completely broken just yesterday, Ryan seemed different this morning. Lighter, not because his pain had disappeared, but because for the first time in a long time, he wasn't carrying it alone. As we reached our classroom, he held the door open for me. Ladies first. Such a gentleman. I tried. I smiled as we walked inside together. I had a feeling this wasn't going to be the last morning we started side by side. And somehow, without either of us saying it out loud, it became exactly that. From that day on, meeting Ryan before lectures became part of my routine. Some mornings, he'd already be waiting for me with 2 coffees. Other mornings, I'd surprise him with his favorite chocolate muffin from the cafe near campus. Somehow, without planning it, we had become each other's favorite way to start the day. The next morning was no different, or so I thought. As I walked through the university gate, I instinctively looked towards our usual spot outside the cafe. Sure enough, Ryan was already there, leaning casually against the brick wall, 2 paper coffee cups in his hands. The moment he noticed me, the familiar smile spread across his face. You're late. I glanced at my watch. I'm 2 minutes early. Exactly. I laughed as I took the coffee he held out to me. You know, one day I'm not going to show up. He raised an eyebrow. I don't believe you. Oh, you'd miss your coffee. I'd miss annoying you. I knew it. We fell into step beside each other, walking towards our lecture hall while the campus slowly came alive around us. Somewhere along the way, mornings like this had stopped feeling unusual. They had become ours. After lectures, We made our usual stop at the library, or at least that had been the plan. Liana, hmm? Ryan closed the book in front of him. Can we skip studying today? I stared at him in mock belief. Did Ryan Dawson just suggest skipping the library? I'm offended you sound so surprised because you practically dragged me here yesterday. I know. Then what's changed? A grin slowly appeared on his face. I have a surprise. I narrowed my eyes. For me? He nodded. What kind of surprise? If I tell you, it won't be a surprise anymore. I sighed dramatically. I don't like surprises. That's a lie. It might be. He laughed before standing up and slinging his backpack over one shoulder. Meet me at the lake after our last lecture. The lake? Our lake. I smiled without even realizing it. Fine, but if this surprise turns out to be another one of your terrible jokes, he placed a hand over his heart. I'm deeply offended. You should be. He chuckled as we walked out of the library together. For the rest of the afternoon, I couldn't stop wondering what Ryan was planning. Every possibility crossed my mind. None of them came close to what was actually waiting for me beneath the old tree by the lake.